Hey guys, Danny Dan bringing another Ebony video with just a few updates on what's going on server 90. Not that I'm all that in the loop, but things more for me. And then also a new Monarch gear system that I've worked on that seems to be going pretty well, and so you may want to use that for yourself. Okay, so server 90. If you look at the rankings, and a lot of servers may be this way, but everybody conglomerated into two giant alliances, RAP and R3K. Now, there was FFL, where I was at, Family for Life. Well, they decided to merge into RAP. I went there for a day. You saw the last video that I was there. The rallies were great, but, I really want that small town feel on this server. So I decided to opt out of it and just go back to BFF where I was before. So since then, we've actually brought in Shamana and her crew from what was LTS. They turned into Oxy. And, just basically a handful of players. We're still not very big, and that's fine. I don't need to be big on this server. So just working on building troops and so on and so forth, getting more T10. So what I will say, though, as far as the Monarch gear is concerned, is that, number one, when you have your Monarch gear, you want to upgrade this every so often. So if you click on the gear in the lower right hand corner and you look, if you have a bunch of this kind of stuff, but see, it takes 3 items to make one of a level 2. So that's not going to do much for me right now. Now, typically you get a lot of gear from the World Boss events, so make sure you do that every week. You get some from patrolling that costs about 30 gems for each piece, and sometimes you get lucky and get an upgraded piece. And then also you can buy it straight up from like the shop, but I don't recommend that because it's expensive. And you can get it from the black market, which is pretty good because at least it targets the type that you might particularly want. You're usually getting, depending on what level your black market is, level 2 or 3 gear or whatnot. So what I would say, though, is to let these items build up for probably about once every 2 weeks. But once every 2 weeks or so, they're going to start to accumulate. Now, I just did this, but this is a good example here. So if I can pose this, I've got a couple items here. It bumps that one up, and then it bumps this one up, and then it bumps the level 4 up, and then not quite enough to get to the level 6 item, but we're getting there, and at least it was worth spending the time doing it. It is time consuming to do the Monarch gear, so you don't need to do it like every week or every day. I would say once every couple weeks is a pretty good guesstimation. Now also, when you do these settings, there's these presets. The upper right hand little armor piece there brings this menu up, and when you do these settings, when you upgrade your gear, it's going to change them, so you're going to have to fix them. It's kind of annoying. The other thing is when you switch accounts. If you have multiple accounts and you switch accounts, it kind of messes up your gear, but if you shut your game down and start it up again, then your gear will be back to normal for that particular account, but it does kind of make it a little wonky. So what I've done here is just based on the type of boss mainly that I'm going for. So I'm doing a boss 5, 6, or 7, and I'm using Cav. I would use that first setting. The letter H, the capital letter H, is for healing or medicine crown. And then the letter F is for food, which would be the food gathering crystal, okay, because those are the things that I go for. But really, they're separate entities. When I'm doing a boss, I'm not worried about what my crown is or what my crystals are, but I am worried about all the other stuff, the grails, the staves, all that good stuff, the decoration, the things that attach to the troops. Vice versa, when I'm farming or researching or doing something like that, I really don't care what those other settings are. So to do this is to just easily look at it, go, okay, I'm doing a boss, 5, 6, or 7. I'm going to use some Cav, and I'm going to set that up. Or I'm going to farm, and I need a food crystal. Well, there it is right there. there. So the next one I have set up is like an 8 or 9. Eventually this would include a boss 10 once I can get one with this account. So basically on this one, if we go ahead and equip that gear, you see that it sets up all the cav gear. It's going to set up a war horn, and it's going to set up the wood crystal, which is just the one I happen to attach, and also the martial crown, which is the training. So when you look at that, the T is for training, the W is for wood, 8 and 9 is basically the boss, and then the cav is saying that all this stuff is the thunder equipment, which is what the calves are. If we go to the next one, 1, 2, 3, 4, that's basically your low bosses. It could even include a 5, maybe a 6 if you get enough, but you tend to like kind of take a lot of wounded unless you have a lot of archers. But basically that's the boss, and then it's for archers, which is your wind equipment, and then research and ore. Okay, so you can see I've got my intellect crown on, which is the research, the golden crystal for the ore, and then all the wind equipment with its decoration, the cup, grail, whatever, the staff, and then a justice horn because it's a lower boss and I want to make it to that monster quicker. Whoops. And then coming down, 1, 2, 3, 4, I just set up basically the same thing with the justice horn. Different, obviously. I haven't fixed that one yet with, a different type of, I started out this way and I went, man, I really need a way to like do my crown and crystals too, and so that's when it kind of evolved. But basically this is all set up on the mountain gear, which is the stuff for the ground troops. Okay, so if I happen to have a march of ground lying around and I need to kill off a small boss, then I can certainly do that. Of course, the justice horn. So then the last one is basically what I use for city clean out. So if I'm farming a dead city, basically it's all the Ares equipment, because you tend to have a mixture of all the troops. And then I just have, the thunder crystal, so stone and strength. So that's what the SO is, the stone. So it's construction and stone, okay? So if I'm constructing items, I go to this one. If I'm doing stone gathering, I go to this one. And then this has the loyalty horn because it has capacity. I'm hitting a dead city, so I'm not worried about actually being challenged with troops. So I just want to haul out as much loot as they might possibly have so I can do it in the least amount of hits. So that's that one, and I'm sure there's many other settings you can do, but if you do that same kind of code, then it might make it a little easier for you to switch around your gear, okay? That said, let's do a little look in here. We still have this mid-autumn festival event going on. We recently started a new day, so we can look at the crazy eggs. I don't remember. I think I have quite a few of these, so go ahead and get this started. It's early on, so this gives me a nice head start, and I'm just going from top down to, I guess that's what, Peter, and then this is Richard, and then I'll do Lincoln. Lincoln gives you the stamina, and actually have enough to do the full run, which is in the Clio, which everyone knows gives you the port. Did that just rip me off on the port? I hate it when it does that. Why do they do that? So anyway, it looks like the eggs are going to be a little cantankerous today. And then I just basically have some farming out right now. Nothing real exciting, but I have been doing some PvP videos, and so I will just show you that I attacked some dead cities earlier. My main motivation for this actually was in the research factory, which we'll go visit right now. Whoops. Oh, there's the daily rewards. So research factory, if you hit produce stones here, and so tax, and then defeat monsters, spin the wheel, and then so this one here, when you donate to the alliance sign, so I don't know if I can yet. I was kind of high up there, but let's see. Oh yeah, this should be almost there. And again, you want to donate to Alliance Science several times a day. I'm going to pop this up because I know it's going to complete it. And that way, there we go. I normally don't red it out like that. And so this one, defeat other players for 5 times. So that can be dead bases, it can be anything. And so yesterday, I was wanting to just complete that because the rewards for that particular event are 2 research stones and I believe a 1 hour speed up. Okay. So, oops. If we go into the menu here, yeah, I did do several attacks, and these were kind of just around the hive. I sent out camps, let them sit there, and then I hit them, and then once my attacks were done, which all happened in about 20 seconds or so, then I rebubbled, and I ported, and I went and hit some other stuff. So the last one that I did was these couple where I ported and hit the city. Most of the other dead bases, I didn't get much. You see, these were dead bases, so there's no general, no challenge, and I just hauled away their loot. And here we go again. And this one actually had at least decent loot, and so there you have it. Now, also, because some troops were killed, and it is kill event, I guess, oh, how did I not get any points? I guess I would have thought, oh, no, because it's not even registering a score. I thought at least my troops dying on the traps would have given something, but I guess not. So anyway, that was the PvP I've been doing recently. Nothing exciting at all, to be honest. But, you know, it does help with loot and whatnot. So there's that. And then, do I need to... Oh, let's go ahead and do the taxing event here. And I will do another PvP video, but you know, the thing is right now everybody's very good at their bubble game, and so you have to kind of catch people at the right moment and be able to catch it on video, which is another trick in and of itself, but I surely will try. So I haven't forgotten about it. It's something I'm still going to do, and yeah. Okay, so until next time, I will see you guys. Don't forget about claiming this stuff. I always forget this over here. But until next time, have a good one. Hope the video on the Monarch here helped, and I will see you guys next time.